Hey, this is your semester 2 algebra 2 review. This is 6.5 to 6.8. Here we go. It says, what are the results of dividing this polynomial by x plus 3? So we want to know what a 0 is. And if x plus 3 is a factor, it means that x equals negative 3 is a 0. So we're going to use synthetic substitution here. And negative 3 is what we're going to shoot through. Now we bring down our coefficients. Now realize that there's a 0x in there. We're missing the term x, so we have a 0 that will take its place. So our coefficients are, in standard form order, 2, 5, 0, and negative 3. If there's a negative coefficient, you have to put that in there. So remember, we drop down the 2, multiply this down here with whatever's in the box or 0 there. So we get negative 6, add, going down, we get negative 1, multiply, we get positive 3, add, we get positive 3, multiply, we get negative 9, add, we get negative 12. Then this is going to be our constant term, this is our x term, and this is our x squared term. So from that, we realize that the result of dividing by x plus 3 is 2x squared negative 1x, or negative x, plus 3. I got that from these terms. And then the remainder is negative 12, which we write as negative 12 over what we were dividing by, or the polynomial, which is x plus 3. What is the factorization of this polynomial given that negative 2 is a 0? So when x equals negative 2, y equals negative 2, y equals 0. So I can use synthetic substitution with that negative 2. So we bring down our coefficients, negative 3 and negative 2. Drop down the first value, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, we get a 0. That's good. We should have gotten a 0 there because they said that when we plug in negative 2 we get a 0 out. Well, why did we do that? Because now we know that our constant in the remaining polynomial is negative 1, our x term is negative 1, and our x squared term is 2. So we have 2x squared minus x minus 1 equals 0. We want to know what that factors to now. So now we're looking for ways to multiply to, careful, this is the AC method. We're looking for ways to multiply to negative 2 and add to negative 1. So that would be negative 2 and a positive 1. So we get x minus 2 times x plus 1. However, we had a leading coefficient and we had to multiply that with the last term. Now we need to divide them with the last term. So we divide this by 2 and by 2. So this is our slide and divide method. So we get x minus 1. And then here we cannot reduce that fraction. So we slide the denominator out in front of the x like that. So the factorization of this entire polynomial, then to equal that, because this just equals the x squared term, we then need to multiply it by x plus 2. Where did I get the x plus 2 from? That's what gives me a 0 of negative 2. Hello.